Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Dr. Samuels, Superintendent Truman, and former Superintendent Clemmer. Thank you all for being here. And I'm very pleased to announce that our department's real-time audit of the Harrisburg School District is now complete. And today marks an important day, a good day, to recognize the progress that's been made to put the district back on track as it moves forward. The district's current leadership team has implemented lasting changes and continual process improvement initiatives which benefit students and taxpayers. As you know, for the past 2 years, we have been working on a real-time audit to see that the district is implementing the recommendations from the 2019 audit from the Pennsylvania State Department of Education. This final audit update focuses on improvements on how the district manages independent contractors. The Education Department's audit had found numerous instances of contracts going over their budget, in some cases by hundreds and thousands of dollars. It also revealed proper internal controls were not in place to make sure these contracts were completed on time and stayed on budget. And if you've ever heard me talk about some other school district audits, one of the things that I'm constantly talking about is having the proper internal controls. In our follow-up, we found that the district now has those stronger internal controls in place to monitor independent contracts and to contain costs. These new layers of quality control measures include a 1-year limit on service contracts to make sure a contractor's performance is evaluated on an annual basis. The district has also worked to hire permanent employees instead of contract employees to provide needed services whenever feasible to better monitor and control costs. Controlling costs is essential, and it is what taxpayers expect and deserve because it allows more resources to be available to the students. This team with me today has done the hard work to make sure those taxpayer dollars go to the students of the Harrisburg School District. I know these efforts do not end today, but instead will be part of the school district's quality management plan moving forward. At this time, I'd like to invite District Receiver, Dr. Janet Samuels, to say a few words. Dr. Samuels?
Thank you, Mr. DeFoor. Good morning to everyone, and once again, thank you very much to Mr. DeFoor. And I'd also like to take a moment to thank his entire team. And I'm going to talk a bit about Mr. Selmer and our relationship with the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit, and of course, introduce our new superintendent, Mr. Eric Turman. As a school district, as the Harrisburg School District, we are committed to a standard of excellence. And when you think about audits, each year, the 500 school districts across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania are audited each year. An audit can serve as a way to learn and to get better. But when we think about what makes this very, very different as far as the real-time audit that was done by the Office of the Auditor General, it was very unique. There were very specific items that were identified in the West report that Auditor General DeFoor alluded to. We are committed to turn ourselves inside out to do what's right, to ensure that we have a standard of excellence, whether it's financial or any other way that we operate on behalf of the children and the community here in Harrisburg. Through the real-time audit, our goal was we developed a business procedures manual. We looked at very specifics, paying attention to detail, because we know the very important piece, as Auditor DeFoor stated, that we're talking about not only using taxpayers' money, but the compliance piece that has everything to do with whether we're using millions of dollars or $2. We want to make sure that we do it the right way. The audit has allowed us to look within, to take a look at our procedures, the processes that we use, and the protocols, now and moving forward. The goal is to do exactly what's right. And when we think about the comprehensiveness of this audit, our school district will benefit in a very, very positive manner, and that's something that we are eternally grateful for. Over the last 2 years in the Harrisburg School District, it's been a time of, I'm going to say, renewal and opportunity. Under receivership, we're looking at everything, and this is really a part of that too. When we think about the uniqueness and the unique opportunities to do great things in the district, the time is now. The school district, besides being engaged with the real-time audit, the details and the depth and the breadth of complying with the audit it's actually been made possible because of the hard work and the incredible work of the partnership that we have with the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit. There have been many bold and courageous things that have happened here in the Harrisburg School District, not by accident, but intentionally. When Mr. Christopher Selmer came here as part of the partnership that we have with the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit, he came originally as the Chief Operating Officer and quickly became the acting superintendent, and has really done a yeoman's job leading the team to support every detail, finances included. So when the auditors worked aggressively to identify areas, etc., Mr. Selmer and team did a magnificent job. Ms. Sandy Edling, Mr. Longridge, Mrs. Lillis, and if I keep naming names, I can go through the entire team to do what's right. Mr. Glass, Mr. Nornholt, the commitment is there here in the Harrisburg School District. The capacity is here to do just that. And so you should see, moving forward, that we are embracing recommendations and strategies that were designated in this audit, and you should just see great things that are occurring. I'd also like to take a moment, besides thanking the team, to recognize and to acknowledge the Executive Director of the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit, who is sitting with our Office of Accountability leader, Dr. Ramin, Dr. Regina Speaker, and would like to thank you for all of the support that you have also provided through the work that we've done. Thank you. But what you should each know and take away is that, in collaboration with the Office of the Auditor General and with others, we are committed to do what's right. We are growing, we are learning, and you can continue and expect to see positive changes and great things, whether it's financial or throughout our entire system. And on that note, I'd like to introduce and welcome Mr. Selmer and to thank him once again before we introduce Mr. Turman, the superintendent. Mr. Selmer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Samuels. Thank you to Auditor General DeFoor for being here, and thank you to the audit team. It was a tough audit. I must say, I've been in school business almost 20 years, and it was one of the toughest audit periods that I've been through in my career, but it's been one of the most rewarding. To see the progress we've made in the Harrisburg School District as a team has really been heartwarming. It's exciting that we're finally getting to the point where students are at the focus of our work. We couldn't say that 2 years ago. There was a lot of noise around operations, procedures, business, finance, etc. All very important, ongoing to the operations of the Harrisburg School District, but never should they be at the forefront of the news around the school district, and that's what was happening here. So I'm really happy we're focused on academics. We're still focused on strengthening our processes, our procedures. I need to thank a number of people. First is Dr. Samuels. As receiver, she did make bold and courageous moves coming into Harrisburg, all for the benefit of the students and the families of the school district. Dr. Speaker, our Executive Director of MCIU. Thank you for traveling up here today to be with us. Thank you for your support of our team and everything we're doing in Harrisburg. I want to thank specifically some of our Harrisburg employees who are in this room, Mr. Glass, Mr. Nornhold, Ms. Bowman. They have stuck with us, and they have helped support the changes. They've provided input on the history, what we needed to look for, and working with the Auditor General's office, and they really stood by us. And I want to thank you, and a number of the business office staff that are not here today, the HR staff, Ms. Keys, etc. They really stuck and believed in what we were trying to do here to stabilize the Harrisburg School District. What is today? Today's a checkpoint. The school district must be on a continuous journey to improve our daily operations. While the business operations in any school district are critical to its ability to function, again, they should be in the background. And the true energy, the focus should be on students and families in the Harrisburg School District. And today we are one step closer in making that goal a true reality. So again, thank you very, very much. And I'd like to now introduce our new superintendent for the Harrisburg School District, Mr. Eric Turman. Mr. Turman.
Good morning. First, I would definitely like to, I know it seems like we're getting a lot of thank yous this morning, and I definitely would be remiss if I did not thank the structure that has been put in place for my first superintendency and to be the superintendent of Harrisburg School District. I can't tell you how thankful I am in terms of the work that has been done before I started here as a superintendent by the folks at the MCIU, by the folks who were working in Harrisburg as well, and definitely one person who I've just grown very fond of over the past couple of weeks is Dr. Samuels and her help and support of me to get me off on the right foot. It was very clear and was very easy for me to see starting day one in terms of where her heart was and how much she has poured into her work here. So I definitely want to thank her very much for her support. I do want to thank the Auditor General today and their team for their support of the Harrisburg School District. Obviously, the audit is something that's very important to us as a district. As a new superintendent, I'm definitely very committed to ensuring that the district is on sound footing financially. Although there has been a lot of progress that's been made, I will work very diligently with the financial team to make sure that we continue to ensure that we are in compliance with the high standards of financial practices and consistent with the recommendations that were found in the report. Given that the primary purpose of the audit was to examine the district's effectiveness in response to the Wessel report, I assure you that we are committed to the effectiveness of all aspects of the district, especially related to finance. It is imperative that we are effective and operate efficiently. As the new superintendent, every decision I make financially and otherwise will be in the best interest of students. And as Mr. Selmer alluded to, it is very refreshing to really start having conversation about instruction and about what we're doing with kids in school. And I'm really thankful for everything that's been put in place, and we will, at this point in time, continue to move the district forward. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Samuels, Mr. Selmer, and welcome to Harrisburg, Mr. Turman. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. And I want to thank in particular, Dr. Samuels and Mr. Clemmer for your team cooperating with our auditors. And this is what happens when you have two entities working together. At the end, what you have something that is good, and that's what today's about. Today is about reporting good news for the people of Harrisburg. And also, Mr. Turman, if you're looking for some good places to eat, I can recommend a few. So, but anyway, good luck to each of you, and good luck and congratulations to you as well. Thank you.